Greetings, beautiful people. I am so thrilled to be here with you. I have been enjoying all of your offerings. They are a true blessing to me and to so many other people, so thank you. It is my pleasure to be here with you today to share manifestation magic for the creative. My name is Emily Arth. I am a psychotherapist, an educator, and a conscious creator. And I'm going to be sharing with you a ritualistic process that you can use to help you with conscious manifestation. I know most of you have heard this word manifestation and are familiar with what it is. For those who may not really know what we're talking about when we say manifestation, what we mean is when we're taking an abstract concept and turning it into an observable reality. So an example is anxiety, right? Anxiety is an abstract concept, but it can manifest in many different ways. Like maybe I get shaky or sweaty or talk a lot or don't talk at all or withdraw or put on a show. It could be all kinds of manifestations. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking manifestation. And in this case, we're talking how do we bring abstract concepts into our reality that are going to enhance our life and make the life that we dream. So magic also, though, is a word that sometimes can come with some loaded meanings. So I just want to clarify what I'm talking about when I say magic. Magic is when we move, change, or create using any number of things, right? We're moving, changing, creating, using energy. And sometimes that is energy that I can see and touch, and sometimes it's not. So today, I'm going to take you through how to cleanse and clear in preparation for a ritual, how to get yourself grounded and centered and ready to identify an intention, how to identify the intention, set the intention, and then use a variety of creative tools to manifest that intention into reality. So I'm taking you through a process of alchemization that is customizable and accessible to anyone out there. And I hope that you will engage in more conscious manifestation because every single one of us is a powerful creator. And whether or not we're creating consciously, we are creating. And that's the problem. We can all manifest, but not all of us are manifesting things that we desire to manifest. An example is we've all met the person who has trouble in romantic relationships and says, I just have a bad picker. Well, you're right. Not only have you had some unfortunate past experiences in relationships, but you are now actively manifesting the reality in which you're a bad picker, because that's the belief that you're seeding into your own consciousness. And then that's coming into reality time after time. So we need to change that and we need to bring something else in. As a trauma therapist, just a side caveat, trauma creates restrictions in our energetic body. And those restrictions do keep us from manifesting our full potential. And so healing ourselves is crucial to learning how to master manifestation. Because some people are really powerful manifestors, but they can't hold on to what they manifest, or what they manifest becomes tainted by some other lower vibrational energies that they're still holding within their bodies, and then it ultimately messes up the outcome that they're looking for. So that being said, let's all do our healing work. Let's use all the skills that everyone here has been offering so that we can manifest our ultimate realities. So I said that anytime we start, we want to start by cleansing and clearing. There are numerous ways that we can cleanse and clear. One of the more commonly known ways is smudging. I have here an example of a few different things. This is sage. This is juniper and sweetgrass. Ooh. And if you're interested, all of these things have their own energy that they carry. So for example, sage is great for healing. Juniper is actually more of a masculine energy. So if you're looking to heal, sage might be good. If you're looking for really bringing some action into your reality and some energy that is going to drive you toward a goal, then using juniper might be more appropriate. So there are lots of different smudges, and there is some science behind smudging. Smudging actually kills over 90% of bacteria in the air. So even if you're not cleansing and clearing for ritual, using smudging as a tool for just cleaning is a wise thing to do. Other ideas, if you're into prayer, you can say a prayer to cleanse and clear. You can call on source energy if you don't believe in a higher power. Source energy is the energy that all things are made of. It can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So even if you don't believe in God, you do believe in energy because you're made of it. So prayer or mantra. Using salt, you can take a salt bath. You can also draw a salt line or a salt circle around yourself with the intention of protection. It could be as simple as only light is allowed within this circle, and all lower vibrational energies and darkness must stay outside my circle. Oil can be used to anoint and cleanse. Lemongrass is great for detoxing. Frankincense is often used in ritual of all types. Myrrh is common. There's also even sage that comes in an oil form. So there are many different oils you can use to cleanse, but you can just anoint your body. You can even anoint your chakras with the intention of cleansing and clearing all lower vibrational energies. If you're into more of a pagan or earthly tradition, you can call in the elements. Call in the four corners and kind of cast a circle of protection, calling in fire, air, earth, and water. And finally, another thing I like to use is angelic protection. So if you've never worked with the angels, calling on the archangels like Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, all of them are very powerful forces of protection. And so you can call on them to come in and protect you as well. I know when I'm sitting down to read cards or something like that, I'll typically call on source energy first, and I will ask that the reading serve the higher good of myself and all of the people involved. And then I will protect this space by calling in the archangels. But again, this is totally personal preference. This is just a buffet of choices for you to decide what you might want to play with or what might resonate for you. So then we're going to call ourselves into the space, and we can do that in many different ways as well. So you can do a simple grounding exercise of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 things I can see, 4 things I can hear, 3 things I can touch, 2 things I can smell, 1 thing I can taste. Simple way to get yourself grounded. You can also just allow your body to settle into a comfortable position where it feels aligned and at ease. And then you can take 3 deep breaths in and out, very quick and easy way. Sometimes I will envision a cord coming from my root chakra connecting to the center of the earth. That can be a very grounding visual and a quick meditation. And if you have more time or you feel like you need more time to get yourself into the space, you can do a guided meditation. You can have someone else guide you. There are a number of apps available to you with guided meditations and millions of guided meditations available on YouTube. So they're all over the place. And I would just look for a grounding, clearing, centering type of meditation. And then finally, rhythmic or shamanic drumming is another excellent tool, which actually gets you in a state of thought that is transcendental. It helps you to detach from all of the overthinking and what's going on in your environment. And it helps you to get in more of a meditative state that's going to help you access your higher consciousness and your intuition, which you want to be online when you're getting ready to set your intentions. So this brings me to reflecting on your intentions. What do we do to identify an intention? So you can look for signs in your reality. Maybe there are things, synchronicities, things that have been coming up that have been poking you and pointing you in a direction of something that you need to work on. You know, it could be something as simple as you're not going to sleep at a good time at night, and you're feeling very tired each day, and you're noticing this, that it's dragging you down. Well, maybe that's poking and prodding you to manifest a healthier bedtime for yourself, or a bedtime ritual that might help you feel more rested in the morning. It can be very simple, or it can be something much bigger than that, right? Can also, going back to meditation, you can ask a question and you can meditate on that question. Some people are more in tune with their intuitive senses and can more easily receive information through hearing things or getting a vision, seeing something. And that's clearer for some people than others. If that's not really clear for you and that doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Try something else. There are lots of other ways in. One of my favorite ways is utilizing card decks. So I have lots of cards. If you don't know about the tarot, right? The tarot is basically a pictorial description of energies. So each one of the cards, and this is the Dreaming Way Tarot, it's one of my favorites. Each one of the cards represents an energy. So this particular card, which is the Two of Pentacles, can represent balance and change. Can also represent juggling multiple things. It can also represent indecision. So each of these cards, this is the Ace of Wands. This represents a passionate new beginning, something that you're fired up about and excited to do. It can feel like a gift from the universe. So as you work with these cards, you don't have to memorize them or learn them, because every card deck comes with its own little book, and each little book has a description of every card. So it's very easy to use. If you're not familiar with tarot, you don't have to be an expert tarot reader to use cards for setting manifestation intentions. Just a side note. So what I'll do with the cards is I will ask a question like, what energy will guide my intention under this new moon cycle, right? I like to manifest under the new and full moons. The moon kind of holds me accountable for my manifestation. So I would pull that card, and then I would look up the meaning of that card, and then I would meditate on what that could be relating to for me. So the King of Swords is a very decisive energy. He has his mind made up and he knows what he wants in life. So I would use the cards like that. I would also maybe ask a question like, what energy is supporting this manifestation at this time? Same thing, pull that card, look it up. This is the Queen of Pentacles. She's all about mothering, nurturing. She's about being a benevolent leader, using earthly resources for the good of all. And I might also ask, like, what energies are restricting me or keeping me from this manifestation? You know, pull a card, check out the energy. This is the Ace of Swords. It's all about truth, speaking the truth, being clear, cutting out anything that is not in line with the highest truth. So that is one way that I use the tarot. You can also use oracle cards. Oracle cards are more like a little wisdom nugget in and of themselves. Each card is going to give you more information than a tarot card. It's going to be like a lesson. So oracle, same thing. If you're going to pull one card at a time, oracle might seem more appealing to you. And of course, all the decks are different. Here I have the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall. You can see each of the cards represents a different crystal, and then each one of those crystals represents a different meaning or message. And this particular deck, it whittles each one down to like a single word or two words, but then it also has like a divination message. It has an obstacle message, it has a healing message. So you can opt for what messages you want to use to guide you. So what I typically do is I ask these questions. I also use runes. Runes are an ancient alphabet that predates Latin. And runes are just this alphabet that's written on these little stones, and the same thing, these all have little meanings that go along with them. So you can ask a question, you can draw a stone, you can use that to meditate on, to guide your intention. And then astrology, if you follow astrology in any way, which I do, what's going on energetically with the planets and the planetary alignments is also a way to guide intentions, and specifically to harness even more energy to aid your manifestation, right? So if the planetary alignments are going against the thing that you want to manifest, that just might not be the right time to be trying to manifest that thing. And you can try, but it may be harder, and you may not see the same outcome that you're looking for. So those are some tools that I use to reference with, and I have a journal. I have numerous journals, but this is a journal that I created. I painted this. I recommend creating something fun to write in, because then it may make you look forward to writing in it even more. But what I'll do is I'll write down those questions, and then I'll take notes on the cards that I pulled, or the runes, or the astrology. And I'll look over what I've written and I'll meditate on it. And then I'll sort of summarize that into an intention for myself. So an example of an intention, this was from August 3rd under the full moon in Aquarius. I said, I release all attachment to beliefs that limit me and make me a small being, as opposed to the magnificent being I am created to be. I release my attachment to time and all anxiety about timing. I leap into the playful wonderland of my own imagination and creative genius. So again, intentions could be about any number of things. At that point in time, that was the intention I was setting. That's what I was wanting to work on. So once you have this intention, what are you going to do with it? And that's the fun part. That's where you can use any number of creative modalities to help you alchemize this intention. It can be as simple as writing the intention down on a piece of paper, hanging it on your refrigerator or somewhere where you can see it, and reading it as often as possible, right? Once a day, whenever you open your fridge, you're giving energy to that intention, right? You're nurturing it into being, because an intention is a seed, right? If I plant a seed and I don't nurture it and I don't water it, the likelihood that anything is going to grow is pretty low, compared to if I plant a seed and I nurture it and I water it, probably much more likely to get what I'm looking for. So you can start with writing your intention. You can even you could write a poem if you're into writing. You could write a short story. You could write a letter from yourself to yourself, a letter from God to you, related to that. Those are some creative ideas. Other things you can do, painting. There are painting processes, of course. Shiloh has graced us with her presence. She has some incredible painting processes that will help you bring things into manifestation. I know that I've worked with facilitators who trained under her and had some powerful results in using painting as the process of alchemy. You can also make, over here, I have, let me get it for you. This is an abundance box. On top of it, I have a quartz crystal. Quartz amplifies the energy of what it's around. So it's like a battery pack, you could think of it as. This is a piece of art that was inspired by a solfeggio frequency. And this one in particular is change in consciousness. And so that is the energy, one of the energies that I'm layering into this. But this prosperity box is about abundance. And so it's painted, it's protected on the bottom. It has numerous words on top like blessings, donation, winning, inheritance, bountiful, plenty, investments. And then when you open it, it has some herbs in the bottom. It has some crystals in here. It has a buckeye that has $1 around it. There's a clover in here. There's actual money in here. This box was blessed and set with the intention that anything in this box would bless the person who gave it, the person who received it, and the next person who will get the money after I've received it. So, you know, sometimes I'll put like my credit cards in here even. There's cash in here. And then right here, I have the actual intention for the box, which is I am pure abundance. I live abundantly and I share abundance with others. So be it, let it be so, and so it is. So this is a spell box that helps me to manifest abundance. And sometimes I'll just, I will sort of feed the box by putting new money in it or new things in it. But I will also just come by the box and give prayers of gratitude for the abundance in my life, and meditate on just the abundance and prosperity, not just monetary, right? There's lots of other things that go into abundance and prosperity. So that's one creative way as well that you can do your manifestations. This doll up here, you'll see, is in process right now. I inherited that doll from a friend. It's a wooden doll that's usually used to help people learn to draw. But I wrote an intention on that doll. The intention was I embody my full potential. And so it is in a process of transformation right now. It's painted black to represent the fall before the rise. And my plan is to paint it. It will look like a galaxy when it's done, because I've really been manifesting my cosmic self. And so that's going to be representing that in my life. I also wanted to share another powerful tool, creative tool, which is using water for manifestation. If you haven't ever heard of Dr. Emoto and his water studies, I highly recommend reading this and taking a look at it. The gist of this is that he took water from a single source, and then he exposed this water to different vibrations, different energies. And he did that simply by writing an energy on a piece of paper and putting it on the container that the water was in. And once those energies interacted with the energy of the water, he took a sample of the water and he looked at it under a microscope, and he observed how those words structured the molecules of the water. And what he found was negative energies structured the molecules differently. So this is bad luck compared to lucky. And there are many different examples in this book of pictures to show you the distortion of the molecules when they were exposed to negative or low vibrational energies. So as you know, your body is over 70% water, so you're mostly water. So you can use water to aid you in your manifestation. Here is an example of my water manifestation right now. So what I did was definitely cleansed this container. I actually anointed this container as well with frankincense. And then I took water. It was filtered water. And I set it out to charge under the new moon, the last new moon. So those molecules soaked up all the energy of the new moon. And then I wrote on this piece of paper all of the intentions that I wanted to charge this water with. And so as you can see, there's a lot of intention. And then even on the back, I wrote intentions. And then what I did was I held this container and I read each intention 3 times. So I really meditated on each intention. And so as I was holding this container and meditating on those intentions, I was charging this water with the energy of the intentions as well. So I took time to do that with every single one of those intentions. And then I gave gratitude to the water. I tape my intentions to the water container so that they're continuing to be exposed to them. And then this is now an elixir. So every morning for this whole moon cycle until the next new moon, I take a small bit of this water and I drink it. And I meditate on my intention and I feel that going into me. And on a molecular level, then my intentions are becoming part of me. So that water is becoming part of my physical being and it's infusing me with those intentions. So this is a fun one. I hope you'll give it a try. But if nothing else, I hope that you will at least learn something today about the ritualistic process of setting intention and moving into manifestation. And again, even if you're writing your intention on a piece of paper and hanging it, that is enough. That is more than enough. That is more than a lot of other people are doing. And it's your start to becoming a conscious manifester and making not only your life the most beautiful life it could be, but you're contributing to making everybody else's life the most beautiful life it could be as well. So thank you so much for letting me share today. Cheers to you, to your manifestations, and ultimately to your full potential. I hope you all stay well and safe. Much love.